Hello guys, so how's it going? So we just received power yesterday on Saturday, and this morning we've got the internet back and running. So that is good news, and it's all thanks to your prayers. Yes guys, I want to thank you all, everyone, each and every one of you guys who have been praying for us, who have kept us all in your prayers. That's what has kept us through this entire ordeal. And I also want to thank each and everyone who has also donated. Yah will bless you greatly. You see, that is very considerate of you. Now, I decided that I'm going to create a Bitcoin update very quickly. I can't stay too long because I also have other videos to make, and hopefully this internet continues to stay stable. So very quickly guys, this is Bitcoin on the monthly. Remember I told you in my previous video that if we were to see that Bitcoin closes anywhere below that level of resistance that it has around, let me pull it up on the daily, around 116 to 118, and there we have it. It used it as resistance. Look at this. It even formed a shooting star candlestick right here on the daily and proceeded to crash. So what it once used as support, it's flipped and now it's using it as resistance. It used it as resistance right there, as I've highlighted also in my previous video, and it's currently using it as resistance. Is it yet again going to come back up here to 116 to use it as resistance again to test it out? I don't know. Let's see. But the thing is, you know, if it gets above here, then it can continue on its rally to create new all-time highs. But if it does not, we know that it's going to tumble. Let me pull it up here on the weekly really quick. As I've mentioned before, it used this purple line here as support. It used it right here. It used it right here. It's attempting to use it right here, but historically, if we're going off historical data, it usually pierces it and comes down a little bit. As you all can see, it did it right here, and it did it right here as well. And if it were to come down, it would come down to this level of support around 97 to 100K. Yeah, around 97 to 100K. And then there's a possibility that we could get a bounce from there, and then it continues to create a new all-time high. It continues on its rally. So we don't know if it's going to do that. But what I do know for a fact, what I do know for certain, as a result of this monthly candle that has just been printed fresh off the press, this October monthly candle here, what is these candles? Look at it. There's 1, 2, 3 of them, even let's say 4 of them with these prominent wicks. And these candles are incredibly accurate, guys. They don't lie. These candles, they don't lie. Any subsequent moves after this type of candle to the upside, any subsequent moves to the upside after a candle like this is an obvious fake out and a bull trap. Yes. So if ever you see Bitcoins get up and start to pump, trust me, it's a trap. You see, so I just want to let you guys know, I just want to mention it here so you guys have a record that I said it. This candle is incredibly powerful, and it's saying that there's more selling coming in the markets, that we have to look forward to more downside. And I wouldn't be surprised if before this month of November ends, we have one of these candles. You guys see that candle? This nice, fat, big, long red candle. We would have one of these red candles coming all the way down to quite possibly into the 80s. A big, long red candle, guys. Because I've told you before, I'm expecting it to come down here. Look at this. Where it previously had support right at 69 and resting perfectly on that purple line, coming all the way down here. You see, this is where I'm expecting Bitcoin to be coming to test out the 69K area. And if it fails down here, we know it's coming down to 49.50. And we may have a bounce there. This is what we've been waiting for, guys. Because then we'll have Memecoin season. You see, this is what we all want, Memecoin season. And it's just right around the corner. Now, historically, December is usually a bullish month for Bitcoin and the crypto markets in general. I've only had one experience where I saw Bitcoin bottomed around 3 grand, you know, where Bitcoin was bearish actually in a December. That was only one time I recall. But for the most of them, December is usually a bullish month for Bitcoin. But still, let's wait and see how it plays out. Because of this candle, I'm expecting it to further tumble further, guys. That's what I'm expecting. So yeah, there you have it, guys. For you guys who wanted to know, you can do with this information what you will. I'm not a financial advisor. However, this is just me, sharing my opinions based off of what I'm observing in the charts and my experience. So you do with all of this information what you will. Personally, I'm already positioned in the prophetic meme coins. I hope you guys are also already positioned in the prophetic meme coins, because if you guys have noticed, they've already started crashing. And these prophetic meme coins are already, it's either they're at the bottom or near the bottom. A lot of them, if you guys notice. And why are they crashing out? They're crashing in preparation for the pump, for the liquidities getting ready to shift. You see, Bitcoin has had its time in the limelight. It's had its time to shine. Now it's meme coin season that's getting ready to start. It's getting ready to begin. And personally, I believe that it begins at some point, quite possibly at the end of November going into December, when Bitcoin starts to tumble significantly, because that's what I'm expecting. If it drops below 80, let's say if Bitcoin drops below 80K, I'm thinking, if Bitcoin drops below 80K, let's be sure and say 69, then. If Bitcoin were to drop below 69K, then it would be going to fulfill one of the drops that Yah showed me that is coming. You see, 2 big drops. It will be going to fulfill one of the big drops, which is at least a 50% correction, which would take it down to 50 grand. I know it sounds dramatic from all the way up here, and I don't expect it to take months, guys. I told you guys, whenever it starts to crash, it will crash faster than it pumped. It could crash down there in a matter of a week, all the way down to 50 grand. And if anything like that occurs, guys, how do you think that these meme coins are going to react to such a Bitcoin move? They're going to react very violently. They're going to pump very violently, even Shiba Inu. You see, because the whales are going to dump. You see, they have their time when they're going to dump. I'm going to make another video and share like my timeline, my personal timeline, when I'm expecting the first and the second dump. I've already told you when I'm expecting the first one, though, basically, because based off of this candle here, I believe that it could very well, before the month of November begin, the first dump, the first crash for Bitcoin. And I personally believe that this is a local top, which means that it won't crash to zero currently. It will have a bounce somewhere down here. I don't know, somewhere in between here. It will have a bounce. And I'll create a video and share with you guys when I believe the crash to zero will begin. I believe that will come sometime next year. So we will have a crash, then a rally, and then we'll have a bigger crash. That's how I'm seeing this whole thing play out based off of what Yah has shown to me. Okay, guys, so I don't want to make this video any longer. You guys, please take care. Shalom, peace, until next time.